Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the FIRE movement, exactly what it is, and the pros and cons to really getting this to work. So overall, guys, the dream is to retire at an earlier age. Most people are working later in life. We're seeing 65, 67, even 70 plus where people are still working. And this is really focused around the dream of getting out and living life, doing what you want to based on your income, living or retiring in your 30s and 40s. And there's a way to do it, but it takes a lot of sacrifice. So what exactly is the financial independent retire early movement, or the FIRE movement? It is roughly looking at saving 50 to 70% of your income so you can retire in your 30s and 40s. That is right, guys. For a majority of us, I know I'm already in my 40s, retiring at 30 or 40 doesn't sound possible by any means, but it can be done with a lot of discipline. And again, we're going to go through some of those pros and cons. So again, it focuses on retiring early. And how do you do it? It is investing, guys. We know the compounding interest when you look over the course of 20 years, exactly how much you'll have. If you're consistently putting away $5, $10, $15,000 a year over 20 years with a good growth rate, you're going to have millions of dollars. With the millions of dollars, or a million plus, lowering your expenses, raising your income, and kind of supplementing it. So when you think of dividend stocks, when you think of investments that pay on a monthly basis, on a quarterly basis, whatever it may be, it is trying to find a way exactly how much you do need to retire to supplement your income at the same level or lower than the level that you are right now. So financial independence doesn't mean, going to the beach, playing golf all time. It means where you don't have to work a full-time job if you choose not to. That is one of the common misconceptions that we see with the FIRE movement and people that are trying to obtain it. For instance, if I got to the point of saving enough money where I didn't have to work a full-time job, it might be beneficial if I wanted to do YouTube, if I wanted to have some side gigs, following your passion versus being stuck to kind of the job that you want. So what can we learn about it, guys? It is a very intense investment strategy that a lot of people cannot sustain. Again, depending on how you live. If you're living in a van and that's your only expense, you're pretty minimal there. You could probably make this work. You could probably retire, travel the country, whatever you wanted to, with just a little bit of money. But it does have some very basic fundamental steps that we can learn from it. Number one, start dreaming, planning for retirement. What do you want to do? Most Americans do not save for retirement or save way under what they need to. Most of them are saving 3%, 4% in a 401k. That is it. So when you get to the ages of 60 plus, chances are you're going to have to still work because you still have a lot of bills to pay. You didn't save properly for retirement when you were 18 to, let's say, 30, 35. You definitely need to be putting away a big part of your income. And a lot of financial counselors, a lot of people that I talk to say the more you can put away, 15% is good, but 15% in thinking about it big picture, 15% is about the baseline of what you want to do. Living comfortably, going above and beyond that. If you can get 20, 22, 25%, you are doing absolutely phenomenal when it comes to the retirement savings. Because again, you're going to have the compounding interest over the next 5, 10, 20 years, which is going to make a big difference if you're putting that amount of income. Now, another one, guys, keeping the expenses low. This is really where the budgeting piece comes in, and you knew it was coming for me. Budgeting, guys, saving a few dollars here or there really adds up. If you can put an extra $50, $100, $200 into an investment account over the long term, over the long run with your investment goals, it is going to make an absolute game-changing difference when you look down the road. Even looking now at my age, if I have 20, 25 years, technically per the book, till I'm supposed to retire, I still have 25 years to invest, which would take me to full retirement age, which again is kind of crazy to think I still have another 25 years, which putting more money away is exactly what we're doing. Looking for ways to boost your income. Most people do have a side gig, have a side salary, a side hustle. It seems like it's inevitable when you talk to people, there is always something on the side going. It's a good way to not only increase your income, but it is also a phenomenal way to knock out debt. Guys, now we talk about this. I know Dave Ramsey talks about this. Once you get that first $1,000 in your emergency fund, selling everything, working all that you can, picking up overtime, picking up a second job, whatever it may be to eliminate that debt, which again, Once the debt is gone, it is up to you taking accountability, not getting that debt back. Now, another one we talk about is making investing a priority. Savings is not going to get you there with the FIRE movement. You have to be a little more radical. It doesn't mean going and just throwing it all into crypto, wishing it the best, whatever it may happen. It is really coming up with a systematic plan to put money in 401ks, Roth IRAs, things of that nature, but start investing 15 plus of your income, maxing out your 401ks, maxing out your IRAs if you're eligible. You really need to, if you want to make a program like this work, like they said, 50% of your income. Most people, again, could probably never start, but 15 is a good baseline, which you could. I mean, even thinking if you're in a home with dual income, living off one income, saving the second income could be a possibility to kind of offset to get something like this going. Now, big thing with the FIRE movement, it's not really for everyone. A lot of people can't cut out everything in here, and it doesn't really make a difference where your income is if your expenses are there. You have to make sure there are a couple things that really detract from this or make this not possible by any means. Number one is credit cards. We talk about this a lot, guys. When it comes to credit cards, you are going to get burned. You always will, guys. Americans have almost $1 trillion in credit card debt. That is right, guys. Average credit card rate is 20.4% nationwide, and we almost have $1 trillion in credit card debt. You wonder how the financial institutions are making so much money. When you look at the amount of people in America that carry credit card debt, they're paying that monthly fee. Part of that fee is going into the interest that is accumulating on those cards. Boom. That is insane that it is almost to that number, guys, that we are carrying that much debt. A couple other things that he kind of points out. Don't do the FIRE just to escape a job you hate. Guys, this is the labor market that you want to be looking for something you love to do. Even if it is a little bit of a pay cut, even if it is in it something else, now is the time, guys. The job creation, the job market out there is very, very hot. And if you're looking to move into something you like, don't spend your life, and even speaking from my personal experience, don't spend your life, don't spend your time, don't spend your effort into a job that is going to take you nowhere or into something that you never want to do by yourself or never do intentionally. Now, a couple more points here. Roadmap to retirement early. You want to make sure that 65, 35, 45, whatever it is, guys, that you have a concrete plan. Number one of that plan, paying off your debt. That is it. Debt is done, paying it off, getting into a high investment, investing 15%, 20%, 25% of your income, paying off the mortgage early if you have a mortgage. Again, if you're going for a methodology like this, you're going to be putting every penny you have towards the debt. Once the debt is eliminated, you're going to be doing everything that you can do to pay off the mortgage early or get it under control, because there has to be a certain point where if you're investing, let's say you are investing 50% of your income, that is yielding me, let's say in returns, I'm getting $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 a year. That is where I really have to target with my expenses, have to fall well below that so you can live with inside your means. And instead of racking up credit card debt, you can actually use the money that is generated from your investments to make more money. Investing beyond 15%, like I said before, maxing out those retirement accounts, and also knowing exactly the dollar amount that you need to have to really make this work. So if you're in a job and you're making $40,000 a year, what can you do fundamentally to supplement that $40,000 short of having the full-time job? Again, could be a side job that you want to do, something you've always been passionate about, but getting to the point of investing enough money to have that $40,000 return per year, if that's what you're looking. So if you live off $50,000 a year in retirement, your goal should be at least probably $250,000 to $300,000 in an account by the time you turn 40, 55, whatever it may be, guys. You have to figure out and calculate to supplement your income and making sure, again, that you have enough really to get done. There are people who have done this. There are people who have completely pulled this off and retired at a very young age with money invested. Again, it really depends on what you're looking to do, what your financial goals are, which you should have written down on paper, like we always say, making sure that you have the plan. All right, guys, so that'll do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments if you've heard of this, if you've used it, if you know anyone who has done it. I think, again, in theory, it sounds absolutely amazing, but it takes an entire level of dedication to invest. Just think of it, guys. Take what you make right now, divide it in half. Investing 50% of what you're making would be absolutely crazy. Even pop that into a calculator. If you're making $50,000 a year, if you took $25,000 a year at, let's say, a 6 to 8% return, $25,000 a year over, let's say, 10 years, 20 years, whatever it may be. And again, the feasibility of this happening depends on your financial situation, but you can see where the compounding is going to be, where the growth is going to be over the next 10, 15, 20 years. If you're putting $25,000, $30,000 into a retirement account every single year, it is mind-blowing when you start looking at the compounding interest. But again, guys, that'll do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.